Oh, what's going on? Welcome back to the 1776 report. We've known for a long time that Hollywood was woke. They are pushing their woke liberal ideology, and we've known that. But Paramount Plus is taking this to the next level. Little Mermaid is now black. Who cares, really? It is what it is. We know it's woke, but who really cares? Buzz Lightyear had a gay character in it. Two dudes kissing in Buzz Lightyear. Everything's woke. But Paramount Plus is doing something that is unacceptable. They are pushing their trans-affirming agenda on our kids. One of their TV shows is now featuring non-binary characters. This is a TV show that is targeted at kids ages 3 to 10 years old. Why does there need to be a non-binary character in a TV show that is targeted at 3-year-olds? That is disgusting, that is disturbing, and that needs to be addressed. Here is the clip in question, straight off of Paramount Plus, referencing gender-neutral pronouns on a kid's TV show.
My pronouns are they, them.
I'm she, they, but...
What the actual F is that? Who is the writer that thought that was okay? Who is the producer that saw this, that thought of this and said, yep, that's acceptable to put in a kid's TV show that is geared towards children who are 3, 4, 5, 6 years old? That is sick. You know, there's little kids who saw that. They said non-binary, what the hell does that mean? And they went and asked their parents, hey dad, hey mom, what does non-binary mean? Now they say, the woke left says, oh, we're not going after the kids. We're not trying to push our agenda on children. No way. We're not trying to introduce this agenda in classrooms. We're not trying to put it in the curriculum. We're not trying to put it in books. No, we're not trying to push this in schools. BS. And this is proof that it's BS. The leftist woke mainstream agenda pushers are absolutely propagating their viewpoints on our children, and it must be stopped. In less than 24 hours since this clip was posted on Twitter, it has garnered more than 5.5 million views. This is not good for Paramount Plus. They are going to lose subscribers because of this. They've already lost one in me. I'm sure millions of people are going to see this and say, I'm not letting my kid get on Paramount Plus anymore. If they're going to be pushing this crazy propaganda on my children, not happening. I'm not letting that happen. Woke culture is ruining everything. Transformers used to be an awesome series. The first couple Transformers were really good. Now they've spun it off into animated cartoons like this, and they're introducing these woke characters. The New York Post reached out to Nickelodeon and Paramount Plus, but they are dodging this issue. They are dodging any questions and will not issue a response to the New York Post. Megyn Kelly blasted this on Twitter, and it went viral. It went nuclear viral over on Twitter as millions of Americans are seeing this and starting to realize that woke culture is infiltrating our children's lives. And there's really no reason to do it. It's not like it's a smart business decision, because the old saying, go woke, go broke, is actually true. And this is evident in Hollywood. As Hollywood continues to put out woke movies, they continue to flop. Look at Buzz Lightyear. It debuted with $51 million in revenue. It was expected to generate over $70 million in revenue. It was a complete disaster. It was a flop. That's because there was gay characters in a kid's movies. And when parents hear that, normal, sane parents hear that, they say, hell no, I'm not taking my kid to see that woke propaganda. It does not make business sense to put woke characters in children's movies. Little Mermaid is now black. Doesn't really matter to me. But we remember the Little Mermaid cartoon as a pale, red-headed mermaid. Now the woke culture has grasped it, took it, and pretty much ruined it. If Little Mermaid had started out as black, nobody would have cared, because that's true to the original character. But now we know the reason. It wasn't because this African-American actress was better than any white actress. The reason she got this part was only due to the fact that she's African-American. And that, on its face, is racist. When you are playing these identity games and you're choosing characters for parts solely based on their identity and their race, that is racist. That is the definition of racism. And the absolute best example of Go Woke, Go Broke is AOC's climate change documentary that she put in theaters. It was expected to do really well in theaters. There was a lot of media attention behind it. Every big woke mainstream media outlet was pushing this woke documentary. And to the end, from Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, was a gigantic flop, earning just $80 per theater in ticket sales. You literally cannot make a worse film. $80 per theater. I honest to God believe that I could make a documentary, market it myself, and I'm not saying I'm a documentary filmmaker by any stretch of the imagination, but I really believe I can market a documentary and do more than $80 per theater in ticket sales. A complete joke. It is an example of going woke and going broke, and they are not learning. Disney hasn't learned. Paramount hasn't learned. And I liked Paramount. It is hurting me because they put out Yellowstone. And that Yellowstone is proof. Yellowstone is proof that if you put out content that is true to American values and true to American history, I'm not saying Yellowstone is some historical docudrama because it's not. It's fiction. But it is Americana. And people loved it. It's a huge success. But then Paramount flips the script, goes woke, putting out a LGBTQ non-binary Transformer, which is ironic that it is in the Transformer series, if you get my drift, pun intended. And now they're losing subscribers. It shows you if you stick to Americana, you stick to based content, you will make money. If you go woke, you will lose money. And there is an outspoken actor who is saying this has to stop. It's disgusting. And that is coming from Richard Dreyfuss, who starred in Jaws. Dreyfuss claimed that the Oscars inclusion guidelines are patronizing and reveal that people are so fragile. And that's true. Basically, what the Oscars are saying is that you have to meet these woke standards in order for your film to even be considered to win an Oscar. So if a movie producer, they want their film to even be considered, they have to put out woke content. So the Oscars are pushing their woke agenda and basically making movies stay woke. If you want to win an Oscar, you got to put out woke content. And Richard Dreyfuss is saying that this is disgusting. Dreyfuss, who starred in Jaws, Close Encounters of Third Kind, and many other classic Hollywood films, blistered the new diversity and inclusion guidelines that will be implemented at the Academy Awards starting next year. The guidelines must be adhered to by any film in the running for a Best Picture Oscar. PBS anchor Margaret Hoover brought up the new guidelines during her interview. The anchor stated, starting in 2024, films will be required to meet new inclusion standards to be eligible for the new Academy Awards for Best Picture. They'll have to have a certain percentage of actors or crew from underrepresented racial or ethnic groups. You got to have a certain amount of underprivileged people in your film. She asked, what do you think of these new inclusion standards for films? Dreyfuss declared, they make me vomit. They make me vomit. Round of applause for Richard Dreyfuss. It is no longer brave to be woke. Everybody's woke in Hollywood. It's no longer brave to stand up and say, I'm woke. I'm going to hold the LGBTQ flag. I'm going to take a knee during the national anthem. It's not brave to do that, but it is absolutely brave to stand up like Richard Dreyfuss is doing and say, this is weird. This is disturbing. This makes me sick to my stomach. So I applaud Richard Dreyfuss. Let me know in the comments if you'll be keeping your Paramount Plus subscription after they're pushing their trans-affirming agenda on our kids, because I sure as hell will be canceling it. I love you guys. I'll catch you in the next video. Until next time,